would like to bring Reverend Felicia LaBoy to the mic and give us a closeout on our prayer and lead us in a song, and we will go home for the rest of the day.
I was told that I could take a little pastoral privilege, and so I invited my good friend, Pastor Andrea Williams-Johnson, to come up with me to sing, because that's not my spiritual gift. My spiritual gift is medical. So that's not my gift. But before I pray, will you all know me, you know that's my gift. You all, will you join me in just thanking Mrs. Janice Hare and Holy One, known by many names, but always felt by your loving spirit. Holy One, we thank you for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and those who marched with, walked with, prayed with, protested with him. God, we thank you for this MLK committee. We thank you for those drum majors of peace that had been in our midst, Joe Wars and Pastor Willie Tate. God, we ask that you would help us to learn to be peacemakers rather than just peacekeepers. Help us to be willing to do the hard work of justice by working to loose the bonds of poverty, oppression, and evil in whatever ways they show up. Rather than being concerned with our comfort, our reputation, our possessions, our positions, Lord, teach us to be peacemakers. Forgive us, oh God, for our propensity to violence and hatred and greed, whether in thought, word, and deed. Not only as they manifest themselves in war, but also as they show up in division, divisiveness, conflict, or strife. Break up the hardness of our hearts and dig up the roots of fear, entitlement, discrimination, bitterness, and resentment that show up in a winner-take-all attitude that is willing to destroy anyone that we perceive opposes us or seeks to expose when we've taken more than our fair share. Holy One, help us to look for places of common ground. Teach us to reach across every boundary that we've erected, every wall that we created, whether physically, spiritually, emotionally, or socially. Teach us not to study war and strife, but to build bridges that lead to unity and not uniformity. Bridges that see diversity as your gift to diminish our weakness. Holy One, help us to be humble enough and open enough to admit when we're wrong. Teach us that often the better way, your way, the right way, is a third way that is birthed in conversation and community. For what you have already done, for the models that you've already shown us, for what you will do to move us towards love, justice, peace, and unity. We thank you, and may it be so. And all of God's children said, amen. Amen.